Hello, Canyon Springs. My name is Jonathon Schmitz. I'm a worship leader up here in Spokane, Washington, and I heard you guys are looking for a worship director, so I wanted to make a video saying hello, introducing myself, and starting a discussion with you, see what God might do. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a worship leader. I've been leading worship for almost 20 years. I started in a living room in Maine. I started a Bible study and learned a few chords on a guitar and grabbed a couple of young people, and we just started worshiping together, and God's really blessed what we've done musically. So within a short time, I was on staff at a church full-time, running the worship ministry, running the youth ministry, and every other ministry that they needed. It was a really small church. We had a staff of 2, and I was the other guy, so I did everything that was needed, filling in, preaching, running children's ministry, you name it. If it was needed, I was doing it. Some things I was good at, some things I wasn't. But what we've seen is God has really just blessed what I've done with worship over the years. My wife is part of everything that I do when it comes to worship as well. She sings, she plays guitar, she's my support. She makes everything that I do better. But I've been doing it for about 20 years. I've been full-time ministry at a couple of churches. I've helped with a church plant. I've been part-time staff to pay the bills. Sometimes I've been able to pay the bills with ministry. Sometimes I've worked at Starbucks. Sometimes I've worked construction. Sometimes at one point I worked on a lobster boat when I was in Maine. So just whatever God led me to do, just paying the bills was just part of it. But the call was always the ministry. It was always serving Him. It was always church ministry. And right now we are part-time, or I'm part-time on staff leading the worship ministry of a little church called Genesis Church up here. Over the last 2 years, the church has pretty much doubled, pretty close to doubled. It was about 100 people when we started, and it's about 200 now. Never have I led worship at a church that didn't grow. I don't know that that'll continue forever, but God has just really blessed what we've done. We like to believe that not only did we grow numerically, but that we grew in depth as well. But God has always just blessed what I've done with worship, and so I just continue to do it. I'm excited to do it. I feel just that it's an undeserved blessing and gift that God's given me, and I just want to continue to use it for His glory as long as He lets me. We do feel called to San Diego. We feel called to Southern California. We're from Spokane. My wife and I grew up here. She has 2 siblings, and I have 4 siblings. All of them grew up in Spokane. None of them are here anymore. We actually have more family down in Southern California than we have up here. And so as we're just praying about where we can just dig roots and just stay for a long time, and we just pray about wherever we could be, really San Diego is where we want to be. It's what's on our heart. So we're just really praying that God opens a door down there, really praying that He would open a door full-time down there to do worship ministry. We're excited about that as a possibility. So we want to have that discussion with you, see what you guys need, see if maybe we fit that, and just knocking on that door, see what God does. I want to introduce you to my family. My wife and I have been married for 17 years. Her name is Sandy. She's helped me in everything that I've done. She's made possible almost everything that I've done. She's an amazing woman, and I'd be excited for you guys to meet her. My oldest son's name is Josiah. He plays guitar. He plays worship with me sometimes. He's learning those few chords that I learned in the beginning. I'm showing him how I learned. He also loves basketball. He plays basketball. He's a fan of the Lakers and UCLA and the Golden State Warriors. Even though Gonzaga, the local Spokane team, is right now just the best team in the country, we'll see what happens when they match up against UCLA. There might be a little bit of a rivalry going on in my house. Also, my son Asher, he's the next one. He's 13 years old. Asher's our social kid. He just gets out, wants to be with friends all the time. We have to remind him that his friends are not his family, but that his family is his family, because he just loves people, and people love him. And then my daughter Talia, she is the most musical of anybody in this house. She is constantly singing, turns our house into a musical. She's making up songs, learning every word to every song she hears. And I'm just excited to see what God does with her musically, because she has just natural gifts, and she's 8 years old. So just excited about that. So that's a little bit about me. At the end of this video, there's going to be a couple of links to some videos that I put on YouTube over the years, just as a kind of as a hobby / ministry that I've been doing for a handful of years. So you can kind of get a feel for what I do musically. But I hope to hear back from you. Hope if you have any questions, or maybe we can have a dialogue and see what God's doing. We're excited to talk to you guys. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to hear from you guys soon.